There's this stereotype floating around that dads are lazy. The truth? Most dads aren't lazy at all. If anything, a lot of them are dying inside, not because they don't care, but because they're not being treated the way they deserve. See, the fire inside a father's heart doesn't just burn on its own. It needs fuel. And that fuel? It's the love and support of his partner and his kids. A dad lights up when his family looks up to him, when they've got his back. But if he's living with criticism, constant moaning, and kids being taught to resent him, well, that fire goes out. Here's the reality. Men will only fight for things worth fighting for. If he's not loved or respected, he won't change. These days, the world's trying every day to strip men of their strength, telling them to be less, to just let it all out, and cry as if that's always the answer. But here's my take. Don't tell boys to simply pour out their emotions with no guidance. That's not safe. Men experience anger, rage, sadness, and if you just tell a guy to let it all out sometimes, that ends badly. I'm not saying men should bottle up their feelings. No, what I'm saying is that they should be taught to control their emotions, to channel them into something positive. Take that anger to the gym. Build something. Achieve something. That's what helps. Men don't cry because, for them, crying doesn't fix the problem. What they really want? Respect. To feel useful. But all the world seems to do is point out what men get wrong. Ask anyone what boys have taught them, and most answers are negative. Imagine living like that, never reminded of your strengths, always criticized for your flaws. If you're raising a boy or living with one, don't focus on what he's lacking. Instead, remind him of the good things he does, his potential, his strengths. That's how you help him grow. It's June now. Maybe it's the only month people actually check in on boys and men. My advice? Yes, talk to someone if you need it. But remember, hard work, discipline, and sticking to your morals, that's what gets you through. When I was younger, I struggled too. Depression? It felt suffocating. But what I realized is that for me, depression was my body's signal that my life wasn't where I wanted it to be. And when I stopped believing it controlled me, that's when things changed. Look, if you're afraid of ghosts, you won't sleep. If you don't believe, you rest easy. Sometimes your mind is the ghost. So, for any dad, any man out there, don't let your mind trick you. Find your fire again. You're not lazy, you're just misunderstood.